What is up, everyone? This is SordoKings.0's return of the Cuteness Overload event in Pewdiepie's Tube Simulator for the year 2026, the day after Easter, and now we are faced with something very cute for the month of April. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You have to have version 2.75.0 to enjoy this update, so be sure to manually download it through Google Play or the Apple's App Store. So let's go ahead and see what we have for the Cuteness Overload event. That we have 13 days at the time of this recording to enjoy this event, so be sure to get your daily tokens from your quest, the Pogo minigame, the sponsored gifts, and as well as the Craniac minigame. Now, we got a, Cuteness Overload type of music here. It's gonna be Squishy Sonata. Very adorable, very upbeat. It just sounds so cute on its own. Now, let's go ahead and make some videos because that's going to distract me throughout the whole entire day. So let me go ahead and just do this. Then we'd go ahead and do that. Alright. Now, with customization, that we do have some mask awards. That it is a small event after all, so we don't really have any other decorations other than the items and just what you could have for the mask award. And you have an animated floppy ears. That is so adorable. So there you go. Then we go ahead and see that we have a axolotl, sushi, a slushy, then a gerbil, kawaii type of tuber, then doge, and as well as a frog mask or froggy mask, depending on how you want to call it. Even then, it's just so plain adorable. Then moving on from here, then we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the, do we have anything for props? I don't remember. No, we do not. Alright, then we'll go ahead and go to the chair. Then we have a little bit of a cat chair, different colors to choose from. Let's go ahead and go with the pink one. Then we can go ahead and see that we have a keyboard, that it is just a type of ergonomic keyboard with that one, but Sordy's in the way. My apologies. But either way, that we go to the desk, that we have a cute desk, a little bit of a smiley face with this one, a little bit of a cat theme going on there too. Then we go ahead and see that with the monitor, that we have a bit of plushies and stickers onto the monitor. That's what makes it so cute. Then we go ahead and go to the wallpaper because one of the item tracker rewards that you do get something cute with this one, if I'm not mistaken. You have a little bit of a collage onto the wall here. Just look at all the different types of designs here. And from there, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the items that you're able to get from the shop. That would go to the Cuteness Overload type of items, which is going to be cuteness items. Then there's going to be a lot of smiley faces and just faces on everything, so that's what makes it cute. We have a narwhal type of lamp, and we have a doge poster with this one. Then you also have a little bit of desserts. Look at all the cute little faces. You kind of will feel guilty by eating them, but maybe they want to be eaten. Who knows? We have a cozy little chair. Then you also have a little bit of a potted plant that has some faces on the vase. Then we also have a little bit of more posters onto the wall here, a little bit of a cute kebab type of deal or desserts. I don't know exactly, but we do have a cupcake with a smiley face. Then you also have a bit of a window. Look at that, look at all the cute little creatures on there. Then you also have a bit of ramen with a little bit of a cute face onto the bowl. Then you also have a face on yolk, a little bit of yolk carpet, an egg on carpet type of deal. Then you also have a lemon and strawberry backpack. Then you also have a bit of shelves with all the cute little adorable types of plushies on there too. Then you also have a watermelon chair. A simple one at that. Why is it cute? No idea. But either way, you have a little bit of a beanbag that's also a blueberry with a face. Then you also have a standing cat that we're already onto the item track rewards. Just keep in mind, this is a little bit of a small event, but even then, a small event that is so cute. Small things are cute, I guess, so that's what makes sense. But item track rewards, you have a standing cat, then you have a tuber in a onesie, or a plushie type of deal, and a little bit of collaboration with a Halloween event from one time ago, that we have a little bit of a tiny moth, then you also have a ghost, just a little bit of a cute ghost, then another type of pumpkin with this one here too, that's glowing. Then you also have a bit of more flowers to enjoy to decorate your room with such cuteness, especially that you have a bit of a Samoyed type of dog here too. Look at that. Then you also have a pile of puppies. What's more cuter than a pile of puppies? You have two of them. Well, I can actually buy them if I want to for 45 bucks each, but I already have them in inventory. Moving on from here, we have a cute little frog, just a simple one at that. And of course, with the item track rewards that we have 4 more to actually choose from, or at least obtain once we get the tokens for them. But even then, you have a corgi stuck in a doorway, or doggy door. Then you also have a pet bed, a comfortable one at that with 4 different colors. Then you also have a a little bit of a chubby or chubby penguin. Look at that. Then you also have some sparkles. You know it's cute when it has sparkles surrounding it. Look at that. It's just so adorable. We also have a little bit of a slide for a playground. Then you also have a sandbox, a simple one at that with 4 different frames. Then you also have a bit of a plushy type of cat, or it could be a real cat that's just a bit chubby. But even then, you also have a bit of a box that has some eyes with this one, so you know that a cat lives in there. Lots of scratches at that one too. Then you also have a squirrel, a simple one at that that's just so plain adorable. And then you also have a barn owl. Look at that, it's just so magnificent. Then a little bit of honey with some bees, or no bees, depending on how you want to look at that. Then you also have the chibi fox. Look at that, you've already seen them in all my videos and now you have more of them. Then you also have a bit of a duckling. Look at that, from the story of course. Then you also have a tuber holding a corgi. Then you also have a little bit of Cinnabunny with this one. Just look at that, just oh so delicious. Then you also have a bit of a pond, not really a pond, a little bit of a, I don't even remember what it's called at this point. A kiddie pool, that's what I'm thinking of. But even then, just looks so adorable with all the faces. And then you also have some more chairs, or a plushie. This is actually a plushie at this point. Or it could be a chair. It could be large enough, right? But even then, you also have an ice cream stand or a popsicle stand. Then you also have a bit of some sushi plushies with this one too. Then you also have egg on toast. Why is it cute? Because it has a smiley face, of course. Then we also have a little bit of a swing set type of deal, or just a lounge chair, however you want to call it. Then you also have a derpy dragon door. Look at that. And then you also have a bit of a window. Just look at all the faces with this one there too. Then another window with no cat or with a cat. There you go, just lounging around. Then you also have another cat with a little bit of rain, which is sad, but we're gonna go ahead and go with happy with a little bit of a, well, of course, taking a look at sunset. And what I just noticed, that the cat is actually sad because the tail's not moving, with the adjacent side that the cat's tail is actually animated too. I have never taken a notice to that up until now, so that's pretty cool. Little small details with this one. Then you also have a little bit of a hamster poster, just oh so adorable. Then you also have onto the Craniac items you're able to get. You have a pile of chicks, just simple one at that, or you have mother hen, just taking a rest and keeping all the chicks warm. Then you also have another tuber, just a simple one at that with some jammies with this too. And then you also have your very own axolotl pet. Look at that. And then you also have a bit of a panda table, pandemodium at this point. Then a little bit of a, I want to call it an emotional type of plushie that you have a smiley face and a frowny face. Then we also have another seat, just a simple one at that, a little bit of a plush seat that looks like candy. Then you also have a Doge type of beanbag chair, or a cat that's because it's pink too. And then more plushies, just plushies all around, collect them all. And then you also have a bit of a tuber and another onesie that's just dancing around. Then you also have boba tea. Why is it cute? No idea, just colors, just I guess colors are cute too. Then we also have a kawaii tuber. Look at that with pink hair and everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the item pack you're able to get for the event. That is gonna be the kawaii pack, that it contains 6 exclusive items. They don't give XP, but who cares? So cute. 350 bucks. So let's see what it has. Going back to our inventory, then we'd go ahead and hit the magnifying glass to the Cuteness Overload items, and then the other 6 items that you're able to get, it's gonna be a cat, a little bit of a grumpy cat with a little hat that's also having an animated tail. Then you also have a pink sofa chair with a bit of a, I guess, an ice cream sandwich type of pillow. That's gonna be my guess. Then you have a cupcake carpet. Look at that. And then you also have my neighbor Totoro, just a sleeping cat with this one. It looks like a Snorlax there too. Even then, it's just so adorable. That you also have an animated type of picture with this one. Look at all the different types of cute type of creatures here too. Look at that. Look at all the animation there too. Just loving care with that one. Then you also have a little bit of a painting with this one. Look at that. You have everyone that's just relaxing underneath the moonlight. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and take a look at Edgar and Maya when it comes to the event itself. So let's go ahead and see what they look like underneath the Cuteness Overload items or event. You know what I mean. But even then, maxing out everything little bit by little bit slowly but surely we're gonna go ahead and max out every single item in the game. Now, let's see what Edgar and Maya look like. So we have Maya in a onesie, as well as in the background that they have a little bit of costumes there too. Just look at all the candy, look at all the cupcakes, look at all the cute little faces. Lots of cookies there too. Alright, so what does Edgar look like? Well, there's Maya, and then we'll go ahead and see Edgar. There you go, a pink bunny onesie. That is just so plain adorable. And of course, if we get to the rankings of the top 100 when it comes to the Cuteness Overload theme, then you'll be able to get yourself that cuteness trophy. I have yet to get one myself, but at least there's some more opportunities to get them. And again, this event is a bit short, but even then, it's just a lot of more opportunities to get more items, especially that everything is just oh so plain adorable for this event. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this event. Do you like it? Do you not like it? It is here for the next 13 days, and out of every item I have shown you for the event, which one is your favorite? Of course, I'm going to be biased that my favorite is going to be the Chibi Fox. It's just so cute, just look at him. And I completely forgot about the pixelings that you're able to get for the event itself, so let me go ahead and take a look at them right now. I will go ahead and go to the pixelings with the eggs with eyes, and then we're going to have Halo as one of the pixelings that you're able to get. That it's going to be with this one, I think it's going to be. Okay, yes, it's going to be golden. It gives you a view boost and subscriber boost in the dark category, but it's not so dark. It's just so cute. It's just a ghost with a halo on top that's also smiling. Look at that. And then you're also going to go ahead and we're going to see that we're going to have Cinder, which is going to be the letter C. Scrolling further up, that it is a little bit of a fire cub, or at least a lion with this one. Just look at that. Look at the animation. Look how cute it looks. And now they're going to be moving around, that I have 6 and 6 of them. I just barely noticed that too. Just look at them go. So let's see. Let me see here. I guess it's going to be random between the two once you get yourself the tokens for that. So hopefully you're able to get them both. I'm just not too sure. But even then, just look at them. Just so plain adorable, especially with Halo that also smiles whenever that the ghost moves around. But again, let me know in the comment section below what you think about the event. Do you like them? Do you not like them? It is here and it is free after all for all the things that you're able to get. And of course, this is going to be the end of this video, so if you enjoyed this video and found this video to be helpful and as well as entertaining, then be sure to give this video here a like to help support the channel and the videos here on YouTube. If you're brand new to the channel and want to see more videos, content, and live streams in the future, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, turn on the all notifications to not miss out on future content, and last but not least, feel free to down your Pewdiepie's 2% username as well as the network in the comment section below. Have more friends, have more followers, have more gifts, have more people to the network, have more fun playing the game every single day, as I could continue to update this game every month. Until next time, I've been SorkyNZ90. Have a great day everyone, stay safe out there, and then as always, I'll see you guys next time in a new video or live stream.
I won't forget your last betray. I'll never forget this day.